manufactured. It can only be felt. And if you're actually emotional about something, or if you're actually passionate about something, people can feel your soul, whether it's video, text, or audio. If you're passionate about something, people can feel that passion. And if you're not, people can feel that too. Most small content creators that message me, they're obsessed with the YouTube algorithm. They keep talking about what video will recommend the most, what thumbnail will get clicked the most, their click-through rates, their average watch time. They're always obsessed with all these metrics and numbers.
You know what? I thought I was gonna say talk in Arabic for this one, but it's appropriate to speak in English. So.
But the huge successful creators I talk to, they almost only focus on storytelling. They want the video to be as interesting as possible. They want their piece of work to be as interesting as possible.
Okay, you want to focus on storytelling. I've been focusing on storytelling for a long time, and I've been getting only 3 to 4 views. Fine, yes, I've told myself, and I don't care about the views, blah blah blah. But the thing is, okay, see, I've just started now making my, okay. I just turned on the microphone. So I was saying, you want to create a story, sure. You want to have your original voice, sure. But it's very difficult, and gloomy to create your own voice, but at the same time, not being, affected by the reality, which is not a lot of views or people are watching. Yes, alhamdulillah, thank God. I have a different channel where there was like 0 views. Okay, compared to this one, there's at least more views, which is good. Somebody else is watching. Somebody else is entertaining. But there are other things that you kind of have to see. Like, for example, yeah, I get more views, but there's no likes. There's no comments. And I don't like to ask people to comment. I don't like to ask people to make likes. Because I personally, as a viewer, when I watch somebody else's video and I like it, and then he said, please subscribe or please like, please comment, I get triggered, to be honest. So I don't want to trigger my audience like this. But the thing is that the people who like the content that I make, I know they exist and I know they are there. But the YouTube algorithm, it can't reach them. That's the annoying thing, is that I have to be fake. So the YouTube algorithm likes my content and then send it to these views, to these viewers, so they can be aware of that. Oh, I exist, and then they're gonna like my content. But then the problem is that I shoot myself on the foot, because the people that I want to attract, who are like me, who hate fakeness, so when they see this video that I got viral for, and they see other videos that I made solely to make the YouTube algorithm works for me, they see it and then they don't see the actual me. They see the fakeness. And this is the problem. And you're saying, oh, there's no bullshit. I'll tell you how to make views. But then at the same time, like how do you break out of it? That's the problem. I made 2 videos on Instagram, which was interesting. Yeah, alhamdulillah. That's funny. I made Instagram. I made an Instagram presence, so I could have a. And by the way, this is a rough sketch. Okay, so this is what I actually look like when I sit down and watch this. There's no editing. There's no lighting. There's nothing. So we'll see how this goes. Because I'm focusing solely on what I really want to say. So the point is that when I was doing the Instagram, I made it so I can attract viewers from Instagram and feed them to YouTube, to my podcast. But it seems that my Instagram now is growing, but my YouTube channel, which is the main thing that I originally wanted, is getting nothing from the Instagram, I think. So the channel that I want to grow is not growing, and the channel that I made, that I used to fetch to feed onto the other channel, that one, Instagram, is growing. So this is the predicament, is that Instagram itself is not the thing that I want to have, like as my main source. But right now, if we took the views as the factor to what is the main source of my content, it would be Instagram if we would in views and followers. So that is the thing. And I don't like to attract, it's like small attention viewers, which has small attention span. I want viewers who are longer attention span, because I am a long attention span person. I like to watch views for a long time. So this is the problem. And now, let's hear more, I guess.
Well, they spend their time obsessing about how a viewer experiences that content. Successful creators actually understand the algorithm doesn't matter. They think about what the algorithm is designed.
By the way, his channel is Devin Nash, so I guess you guys can go and follow him. Yeah, Devin Nash, DEVINNASH.
Trying to do, which is it's designed to send you content that you most want to watch. It's like, think about what an algorithm is supposed to do. There's no reason to game the algorithm. Just skip over it, ignore it, and think about the content that someone most wants to watch. So if you develop a unique voice, you'll immediately notice that people start responding to your content different because your content is different. And you develop a unique voice by sitting with an issue, writing out how you genuinely feel about it. And then you create work that evokes an emotion or thought process that you want your viewer to actually experience.
You see, the writing thing is so annoying. I don't like to write, because if I write, I think I'm entering the fake realm. Because before I go and have a conversation with somebody in real life, I don't go and write the conversation and go to them and talk. Yes, true, I somehow like make a simulation in my head about what I'm gonna say, and then their response, if it's A or B, then what should I say if it's A, and what should I say it's B. It's all in my head, but I don't write it down. So because there is so much fakeness, and I don't like it. I gravitate towards people who speaks their own like opinion, regardless whether if it's right or wrong. I just enjoy knowing, oh, this is what you think about, and this is what you are like. And okay, I get to know now that there's a person in this earth who thinks this way and act that way. So this is in and of itself is interesting. But at the moment, it's kind of, I've noticed that people need like, it's much easier if you want to take like a podcast and start talking. I've noticed that it is important to have another human being that you have a conversation with, and I'm trying to figure out why. When you watch someone who talks by himself, like just him, like just like me right now, it is like it seems that something is missing. And I feel like maybe the reason why there needs to be a human being there is it's kind of like a representative of you, the one who's watching me. That, oh, there's another person who's watching, representing you, and it's kind of like an ambassador per se, or something. That if you see another person listening to what I'm saying, and then see their reaction, you kind of like feed on their reaction as if what's appropriate or what's not appropriate. Plus, the feeling that you are yourself alone listening to me is gonna be vanished, because technically you're not. There is one person there who's also listening to what I'm saying. And I feel like this is a problem where what if the thing that I like to do and what I like to talk about, all my friends, they don't seem to be comfortable sitting behind a mic or a camera. They don't want to, and I don't want to blame them. Like it's you know, I don't want to force anybody. So this is something that it's very very difficult to accomplish, yani. So yeah, if you're asking why it's been a long time I didn't post, well, the answer is that right now I'm in a transition period of my life, and this transition period is I just graduated from university. You know what? Actually, let me just show you. Why not? Let me just show you. Here. So, when you graduate from university, this is where you put your certificate. Okay, I forgot where was the camera. I think it was sitting this way. Yep. Okay. If you just want to see, why does this smells? So I just finished taking this. Okay. So basically, Bachelor's of Science in Chemistry, if you're wondering. So I finished my undergraduate in chemistry. Let me just put it back. So this certificate right now is something I realized. In order for me to use it, I need to do the things that I hate, like deep in my guts. I really do. In order, if I want to use this certificate, because that means that I need to go and apply for a job, which means that I need to make a resume, which means I need to write things about myself, which I don't like to write things about myself, which means that I need to be fake. Oh, I did this, I'm great at this, I'm good at that, I'm good at blah, 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 blah. And then I have to submit it to like an employer, and then wait. And definitely you're not going to be hired in the same field. That's not the market. You're going to be hired somewhere else, like somebody like completely different. So my field is something in research and in the lab or something like that. I'm not going to be. Like I got a job interview in a company, and I'm basically a salesperson. I go and I have it's a pharmaceutical company, and I'm not selling medical. It is medical devices, but it's not medicine. I'm selling actually medical devices, like for a heart device or something. Basically, I go to the doctor after I got the interview. They explained to me, which is going to the doctor and introduce to them this device that this company makes, and try to convince the doctor to use this device so they can prescribe it to their patients. So basically, that's the job that I landed an interview in. And the interview that I landed is not from me directly contacting this company. It's from connection. Someone else in the family works in this company, and they know that there is a vacant. There's a vacancy there, and they asked for my resume. So this is the shock that you hear about all the time, but it hits hard when you see it objectively. So yeah, it is annoying. So now this transition mood, I wanted to my passion per se. I want to study Japanese. This is what I want to do. I want to study Japanese, and I want to study audio to make the best audio experience ever in the market. This is something I found myself worthy pursuing. So right now I'm trying my best to make this true, make this possible. but I didn't realize it takes fucking time. It takes a lot of time. I came back now. I have like more than a year being unemployed. Well, I'm technically working at one of the like an Uber driver. It's not an Uber, it's a different app, but yeah, it's basically the same. So I'm doing this to have at least an income per day. I found my way to not be an ass and a lazy ass and save my time, because I felt, because the problem is that if you get a job, I can spend a lot of energy getting a job and then making money, but I know deep down this thing, I don't like it, because I'll be spending a lot of my time being a slave to this company and having low time, or like almost none, to do the things that I really want to do. But the thing is, if you decide to not do this and you want to do the thing that you really want to do, you are short on income. So this is the problem, is that I want to figure out how I can go and study in Japan, doing my master's, so I can at least relax a little bit. I'm doing something. Also, like, but that's fine. Fine, I guess. I think they always say, like, you have to make, like, the suffering, you there's no escape from it. You're gonna experience the suffering. It's gonna come to you. If it's not today, it's gonna come to you in 5 years or 6 years. And if it's in 5, 6 or 6 years, it's gonna come into fucking regret that I spent 5 years in this company, yes, getting money, yes, getting all of these things, but have no time for anything else. I spoke with my friend. We were in the same high school together. We're actually like besties. We still are. He took the route of like the medical industry. So he's now a doctor, right? Which is, I'm very happy. It's actually making me proud that one of my besties is actually a doctor. So this is amazing. Now the thing is, I connected with him. I met with him about a month ago or something, and we started talking, like, oh, how are you doing? How was the job? How was you paid? You must be paid very well and all these things. Like, yeah, everything is fine, alhamdulillah. Yani he gets paid, over, what is it, like, he gets paid around what, 20, it's almost 20,000 riyals a month, which is in like in dollars would be around like 4 or 5,000. It's around $6,000 a month. But in a realistic terms, in terms of like, if we took the living costs in Saudi Arabia, it would be an equivalent of making around 13K. Okay, which is amazing. So I told him, oh, you have this sum of money, so you could do something about it. You could do like side business, and you could do this, and it's great that you have liquidation. And then he told me, Rawwaf, that's true, but I ain't got no time to do anything else. I have no time. Literally, I can't spare, a few hours to do something else other than the job. And for me, for my personality, this little aspect, for me, it works. For other people, absolutely. That's why there are doctors who doctor. Okay. But for me, this is not worth the money. For me, I'm not wired that way. I'm not saying that other people who tolerate this are, they are wrong or not successful or something. No, good for them. Their personality is wired that way. My personality is not wired this way. So I'm choosing right now to face the suffering in the immediate term for a long-term peace. But it's not easy. It's really not easy. It sucks. Like, you get to a point where you put a video and you watch and you're like, oh, how to grow content, how to do this. But if you're wondering what's going on, this is what it feels like to feel lost, air quote. I don't believe I am. I believe it's a phase that I need to sort through, which is basically having to face the realization of new monsters that coming in, and then being stumped of not knowing how to deal with them because you don't know them yet fully. You know they exist, you know they are there, but you don't know how they act fully, so you can react accordingly. So I think this is what lost means. I know, like, this is something that I'm not asking for, like, a help or something. I'm just trying to fill you in of what's really going on. I try to, in my head, to make a podcast and try to riff like I usually do and make it entertaining. But every time I set myself to making it, all these little monsters come right in my, pops up in my head that I don't really know fully very well. And they make me not have the full attention to, and steal most of my attention to them, which makes it harder for me to feel, myself, so I can riff and talk and tell you stories and all of this. So this video now I've watched, when he said, "Oh, be original," the camera gear, the lighting, all of these things is not really necessary. It's not as much important as being genuine and being true to yourself. So I guess I'm making a leap of faith now to do something about it and try it and see if it's actually true or not. It's some deep down level, I know it's true, but it's at the same time, it is one of those truths that just knowing the idea that they are true is not enough for you to push you to do them. You need some courage, and you need and you need to utilize frustration, so it can help you do something. It's very difficult to talk about something else when something immediate is now demanding attention from you, which is, again, these monsters that I told you about. And okay, if you want an example of the monsters that I'm talking about, I'm applying for universities right now in Japan. Okay, now there is a scholarship that my government provide for us. Thankfully, it's amazing. Which I used to get my undergraduate for, like, with. So basically, it's a full ride scholarship. Okay. Now they altered the conditions to get into the scholarship for masters, and these conditions now, I need to get an acceptance letter from a university. But this acceptance letter, it's a custom acceptance letter. It's called a conditional acceptance letter, meaning that we are accepting this student to our university as long as they get the desired test result for our language. Now, this specific letter is well known among Western universities, like, in America, Europe, and all these things. I came to find out that this letter is not known in Asian countries, Korea and Japan. So now this is the monster that came in. It's like, holy shit, I need now. I went to like an office here, a local office, to help me communicate with the university to give me this letter. And this office told me, no, we can't do anything about it because Japanese universities don't provide this letter, and we cannot help you. So that means that I have to do it on my own. So this is a monster that at one time it was demanding attention to me, and I didn't know how to go about it. So I was stumped and waited to figure out what to do now. That means the only way to do it is I have to, me personally, contact the university, and I've never done this before. So it's a bit scary, to be honest. So I was like, okay, I will do everything else that I can do and make this step the last resort. I'll try something else. I'll contact my other family to see if they know somebody in the scholarship staff, so they can provide me with more assistance and help me, actually, like from the scholarship department in the government. So I did that. There was no much help. I was like, okay, I guess I need to go by myself. So I live about 4 hours away from the capital, where the department, location is. So I took a trip for like 3 to 4 days, and I went there by myself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and see what's going on, and maybe they can help me, because it doesn't make sense for them to say that in order for you to make you study and pay for your language school, you need to provide us a conditional acceptance letter. But then I realized, well, that conditional acceptance letter, the Japanese universities, they don't know about it. So how come these two things exist? Maybe the scholarship don't know about this problem, so they may make an exception for me. So I went to them, and he basically told me, like, suck it up, deal with it. This is what the guy told me. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. So it's like, so no one came to you applying for a university in Japan? I'm speaking now with the representative of the scholarship. So no one have spoken to you? Like, there's no student came to you with an condition acceptance and you send them to Japan? Like, the people who you guys sent to Japan, how did they go? Because I know they did, and I know they are there. I saw their Twitter account, and there's a club there. So how did they do it? And he said, well, no. He said the only one that came to me with a conditional acceptance letter to go to Japan, it was a person doing his doctorate with a medical school. So I felt I was like, shit. I have now, and if every time somebody else closes the door for me, my brain is just like shouting, like, dude, Rawwaf, you need to contact the university. You have to do it yourself. I'm trying to run away from this because I feel like this monster is too big for me to slay. So I met one of my friends in Riyadh during that time where I went to see the department. And he told me that, I told him about my issue, and he said, well, his nephew is dealing with this, similar issue, and he told her that it's fine, contact the universities, like, it's easy. I was like, how? And he laid a plan for me. He said that just make an Excel sheet, like I told her, make an Excel sheet, put all the universities there, and gather all the emails of these universities, and write a long email, like an email concise of explaining the condition acceptance letter and explaining everything what you want, and then just send it to all of them and see which one replies to you, and highlight, and make the Excel sheet as the updated portal of like what's going on. Okay, this university replied, and you kind of highlight in yellow or green or whatever, like who replied and all of these things. So he gave me a glimpse of hope, like of how to do it. So I came back, yes, the door was shut from me from this, but there is a smaller door was opened through this bigger monster that I didn't want, which is talking to university, of how to actually, at least go about it. So I went there now back, kind of a little excited. So I was like, okay, Rawwaf, just start doing this. Just don't think about how is it gonna happen. Just do it, and then figure it away, just step by step. So I made the Excel sheet, and I put all the universities, and I gathered them from the scholarship website of what universities that they acceptance letter from, and what majors they accept also. So I gathered all of this information into one Excel sheet. Something really nice, to be fair, yani, while I'm doing this, the more information I gather, the more I'm having more positive emotion, noticing the probability of me being successful increase by the number of universities that I can contact. So this brought me a little ease to how I can at least communicate with this monster. So I gathered all the information. I put all the emails that I want to contact. I wrote the email. I revised it. My friend also helped me. Another friend helped me kind of like edit and fine tune the email. I sent it to the universities. Every day I send an email to a different university. Every day I send one new email. And then something nice. Okay, something nice happened, which is, so something nice happened, which is that the response rate from Japanese staff is about like 1 day, which is great. Kind of like, okay, when you send an email, they're gonna reply to you the next day or the next 2 days maximum. So that was really nice to figure out, because my experience with my undergraduate school, the response rate was like 3 months. So that was annoying. I did this. Now I'm applying for masters. So I came to realize that every university either reply that no, we don't provide this kind of letter, or you need to contact a prospective professor from a master program, your desired major, and have him convince him to be your academic advisor, as this is the way to get as this is the process of getting accepted in a graduate school in Japan. So now I need to make a new letter to contact the professor himself, like to reach out to the professor and tell him that please accept me and be my academic advisor. So this is where I'm at right now. there's a way to how, like, there is a what do you call it, a system or like an etiquette or something, like to contact the professor, you to ask him for this specific request. I don't just send him random email or something. No, there is a template, and the template is that I need to fill in my name, the date, and I need to answer 5 questions. And these 5 questions, they let me tell you what are they right now. These 5 questions are, where is it? Basically, I need to have like a statement of purpose, kind of. Okay. So let me read you the 5 questions. First, a personal statement, and then 2, your motivation for applying for your prospective supervisor or graduate study at the university. 3, your past research/study. 4, your research proposal at the university. And 5, your future career plans. So here's what's going on. So this bigger monster, which me communicating with the university, has been divided now into 2 bigger monsters. One, I think I've just slayed, which is talking to university. And then they told me, no, you don't talk to us, you talk to the professor. So now this is changed. Now I have this monster, which is semi smaller than the bigger one, which is because I know some. And then now this monster have like 5 abilities that I need to know how to tackle, which is these 5 questions. I need to know how to reply to them. Now the predicament is that this is now, how is this different than me writing a resume and sending it to an employer to tell him, please accept me and to get hired in this job? So I'm feeling like I'm having I feel like I'm being forced to do the things that I hate. But I guess now is that this is at least temporary. And I know it is temporary because, behind this monster is me being able to study Japanese in Japan. So this is what's going on. And if you're listening to this, hopefully, like later, you will notice that inshallah, I hope that that I know Japanese by then. And if I came to learn Japanese, there's definitely, I'm gonna introduce this, a segment of the podcast, like an episode in Japanese. So these are what's going on right now. I started writing some stuff for this personal statement, but it's the first time I'm writing a personal statement. I've never wrote a personal statement before. I don't think I did. Like my first university undergraduate, the officer himself, he brought this acceptance letter for me. He was like, hey, don't worry about it. I'll bring you an acceptance letter. Just, provide me with these, legal documents and just don't worry about it. And I paid him. It's a private office. And then this is what happened. So maybe they did their own, personal statement, whatever, for me. If that university required it, they must have did it for me. So right now, this is the first time I do this. It's helpful, by the way, and I'm glad that I have the tools, at least to to do it myself because I know English. So and you know, everybody else now in the world communicate in English. So I guess I have the means to do it by myself. So which is I should be really thankful for. So yeah, I thought that doing several things, having my energy distributed into the things that I want to do, all of them like almost equally, and moving slowly is much better than having my energy focused on one thing and moving faster. So that's why I am like my day, I spend some energy and time of making money with Uber, and some energy and my time of slaying this, you know, monster with my university. I spend some energy and my time with doing my social media. And the social media means that, you know, editing and you know, making stuff out there. Recently, I focused on a specific channel that I am actually working on. I don't wanna have these channels to be. Why did I even say this? Okay. I have a lot of things that are kind of they don't relate to each other in terms of like the type of content that I make. So I spend my time into a different like type of content. But then I realized it's on the cost of now this channel, which I need to give it its attention to. Yeah. So if you go to YouTube now and you search, one of the new things that interested me is that Andrew Tate. Okay, I'm gonna say this. It's okay, semi for views, whatever. But I have this opinion that I think it's no one have talked about it before, but it's scaring me a little bit. So here's the thing. So Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson, these two people have a lot alike. They are a lot alike, and it's scary a little bit. Like, okay, I didn't expect a person like Andrew Tate to convert to my faith. I'm happy that this happened. But at the same time, looking at him and the thing that he does, and him always saying that the thing that he does, the majority of his actions is to break out the matrix, as he calls him, as he calls it, and to help him, you know, beat up the YouTube algorithm. This was the motive of the thing that he say, how he say it, and the things that he does. Why? What do you mean too full? What do you mean? It's not. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, I'm gonna try to delete some video right now. Like, I guess I have an old video I need to delete or something. Hold up. What is this? It's a 1 hour video. Okay. So I was saying about Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. See, I use my phone. I'm sorry. This is what I do use to record, because I don't have the money to get a camera. So this is what I am doing right now at the moment. So please bear with me. Please. I said please 1,000,000 times. So let me delete this and delete this. And go now to the deleting files, which is right there. And then recently deleted, go there, delete, and then go see the storage. Is it back to normal? Please tell me. Why aren't you updated? Why are you doing this right now? Okay. Guys, it is very difficult and stressful to do these things. I thought I have data, but apparently my phone is saying, no, you don't, bitch. No, you don't. And I make a lot of small videos on Instagram. So these videos are popping up like mad, of like 30 seconds, 1 minute videos, which there is no like fast way to see the longer videos on your phone, so you can delete the shit out of them right away. You basically have to swift through your long ass library so you can see a long video and check what it is to make sure you don't delete something forever and that you don't have a copy for. And find this little devil, and then delete it. So let's see if it's updated or not, please. I basically have, it says I'm using 105 gigs, and I have 128 gigabytes available. How do I know which? Ya Rabbi, I'm gonna cry right now. Okay, I found one. Thank God. Okay, good. Okay, let me delete this bitch. Please be gone. Okay. Now let's check again. All right. Okay, hopefully this will get us through something. So let me bring the video back. Hold on. Okay. Okay, now the video is back. Okay, cool. So I was gonna say, the thing is with Andrew Tate is that he does everything for the algorithm, right? And then suddenly he decided to be Muslim. So, and he talks about a lot how he plans things long time ago, and he have like different steps and how to do these things and all these things. So I don't want to get into this person's intentions, but this is something I feel that is like it's one of those things that is like, it's too good to be true, you know? Like somebody with this influence suddenly, becomes the kind of breakthrough for my religion to be mainstream. You know, God works in mysterious ways. I know, absolutely, and it could be like God's plan. But I'm saying, like, all the things that he did, he himself said that they are planned by him to help him be more bigger and have more influence. Now, why? I don't know, and I don't care. But this is what he's saying. So for me, looking at it, okay, this guy has been cancelled, and when he was cancelled, then he became Muslim. It's one of those moments where, you know, you are being called upon to be true to yourself and true to your faith. And these people, like, for example, atheists, they don't believe in God, but suddenly when they're on an airplane and the airplane is they know they're crashing down, they started now, oh God, oh please God, help me. Now they started believing in God. And it's very difficult for me to know that this is different than what is happening to you now, Andrew Tate. Is that you are falling down, and now while you're falling down and crashing, and then you say, oh, I believe in Islam, and I'm Muslim. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm completely wrong. I genuinely want someone to tell me, like, no, Rawwaf, you got it wrong. I know this might be the case, but it's not, because with this big level of influence, and if what I'm saying have a hint of truth, then what is the difference between him and the resemblance of Al-Masih al-Dajjal, you know, the false Messiah? What is the difference? What is it? So this is why I'm scared. I love him, genuinely. I genuinely love him. I think I think he needs to clear this up a little bit. I really do. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But this is something I've been thinking about, and for the sake of being kind of like transparent and honest and genuine, I guess I'll share this with you. This is an honest opinion that I have. That I don't mean, you know, any harm toward him, and I hope I hope that doesn't make him go out of Islam, or like, and if he's genuine, and if he's actually genuine about it, and if he's hurt by what I just said, I genuinely apologize. I did not mean to hurt you. I just didn't. I guess I was confused, and this is why I'm saying this. And if I'm completely wrong, then I apologize. You know, before you even get upset. Like, 'cause I don't want you to get upset if this video reached you for whatever, you know, and then you saw it and then you kind of felt like a little sad or whatever. I apologize right now, and know that if what's in your heart is genuine and true, then know that this opinion right now that you just heard coming from an ignorant person, and he doesn't mean to harm you. He just wants to I guess clear things up a bit with you, because I have a kind of like a relationship in a way with you, right? Because, you know, your fans, they have a relationship with their influencer per se, and they don't want to see their influencer giving signals that they are not what they thought they were. So this is the thing that is a bit, you know, I'm dealing with right now, yani. So this is So yeah, enough with, I guess, with Andrew. Um, aside from this, you're amazing. So yeah, if what I said somehow made it seem like I am, throwing shade at you or something, maybe I am, but it's not. The intention is not to do this, you know. And if I didn't make this clear, then no, I don't know how to make it clearer. So yeah. There's the reason why now he came up to my mind right now, and I talked about him, is because I'm watching now a thumbnail of him with, it says, I think you're right, which is Piers Morgan, and then Andrew Tate saying like, damn right I am right. That's why I remembered that this opinion about me with Andrew Tate, because I've talked with my family about him. The moment I know he became Muslim, I was like, holy shit. My brain started, shouting a lot of error signals. It's like, what? I'm trying to sort this through, yani, because it's the least, it's the most, for me, the most out of the ordinary, story that happened. So yeah. And I see a lot of brothers right now, I call them, a lot of Muslim friends. They are using this story, to go like, oh my God, look, Andrew Tate, he became Muslim. May Allah guide him. May Allah this. Of course, may Allah guide him. Of course, may Allah, help him. But like, you're putting his face in your thumbnail, and you're putting your face aside, beside him, as if you are having an interview with him. That is as if he's your guest. And I click on your video, and I just see you and your other friends just talking about him being Muslim, and he's not there. So you basically clickbaited me to click on this video. So how am I not now being? How can I not think that you are using this whole story in and of itself as a clickbait for a topic of your video and to get views? Which sucks. Which really sucks. Which is why right now, for me, genuinely, to put myself on the spot, I'm not gonna talk about, I'm not gonna put Andrew Tate in my thumbnail. So I guess this is my way of trying to say that I am genuine about what I just said. I'm just gonna put the episode, and I put the video, and that's it. So yeah. It's been a while. I didn't post anything, and this is a catch up for what's going on. And it's funny because I said now everything, like the catch up in English, where I have, I guess, only one episode in English. I'm editing a different episode with one of my dear close friends, JT. An interview I made with him before I left the US, and I still didn't upload it. So I'm gonna upload this also video, definitely, either now, today, next month, next year. I'm not gonna make promises, because I don't like making promises, but I know that it's gonna be uploaded because I've decided to work on it. So yeah, this is, I guess, would be exciting to see me communicating with another US friend of mine, JT. Shout out to you, JT. I didn't forget your interview. So yeah. Okay, this is a catch up, I guess. So bye.